What's up, gang?
Dana, I guess overall thoughts. I mean, you had, as you said, one of the best fights we've ever seen on Contender Series, some incredible knockouts as well. So is there anything out of these five tonight that particularly stands out to you this evening?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if anything stands out, you got to look at Malcolm. Malcolm was the standout of the night. Comes out, finishes impressively, 8-0, 6 finishes, and you couldn't possibly look any better than he looked tonight, you know what I mean? He's the current MMA champion, 135 pounds in conflict MMA, you know, 30 years old, time to go. So get him in there and get him some fun fights.
Yeah, you look pretty spectacular. Bogdan and Aswell, you say the best fight ever. I guess not really 2 contracts, 1.5 contracts. Is that kind of what so Aswell, you're saying?
No, not 1.5. I mean, listen, Bogdan won. It was an incredible fight. I gave them both their show and win and a bonus. So they both made great money tonight. And then Aswell has literally a cut this big on his eye right now. So that's going to take a while to heal properly. And then if anything falls out, Sean Shelby will put him right in the UFC.
Do you have any word on his eye at all? I mean, I guess how bad it is, how he stitches, anything?
No, I went back there and it was bad. It's a bad cut. So usually they go in and sew them from the inside out. Maybe he'll get some big ass scissors and take the stitches out himself. And any other questions?
I was gonna keep talking about Contender Series.
I knew that was coming.
But
trust
since you
me.
touched on that, do you want to?
I had to touch on it before. Somebody was gonna go at me with that one.
Obviously, referring to Merab Dvalishvili once again taking to social media to.
Isn't he awesome? I think he's just fucking with me now. To be honest with you.
Have you spoken directly to him? I mean, obviously you were pretty public in what you said, but have you reached out to him and said, "Bro, what are you thinking?" Or
no. Do what you want. Do what you want.
All right, we'll leave.
Did you ever see the scissors they take stitches out with?
They don't look like those usually.
They're tiny, and they have that thing on there so you don't cut yourself. You know what I mean? They can slide them up under the stitches. You don't cut yourself. This dude had like fucking bush shears that he was using that you trim your fucking bushes with. The gardeners use. Whatever. Good for him.
I was going to ask you about the bonuses. Are you able to disclose how much the value of those bonuses was?
Yeah, so both those guys got $5,000.
Awesome. So they get the full pack. Is that something you do very often behind the scenes, or is that kind of?
I don't think I've ever done it. I don't know if I've ever done it. If I've ever done it, I don't remember it.
All right, well, it was a special night. The other one that was unique tonight that I wanted to ask you about was the rematch, right? With W and Piccinini. What if they don't want a rematch? What if they don't agree?
They don't have to do anything. Then don't.
Look for another opportunity, or
absolutely, yeah. You know, the kid's undefeated. He can do what he wants. He's not under any obligation with us whatsoever. But you know, if you're smart, you make the rematch. You come back, episode 10, and get some heat behind it. And I'm sure some people will want to see it. And not, you know, I'm sure it'll be a fun fight. He knows what he needs to work on. He's already faced him. So go back to the drawing board, work on some things he needs to work on, and I thought it was a better option than just saying, listen, you can't come in here and just try to hold somebody down and think you're going to get a contract. I actually thought, I told you, the significant strikes, he more than doubled significant strikes, 76 to 32. You saw 18 nasty leg kicks that landed to nothing, 18 to nothing. He clearly won the fight. The judges made a bad decision on that one. This kid's going to get the opportunity to come back and face the same guy and get to work on some of his mistakes. And if he takes the opportunity, awesome. And if he doesn't, that's fine too. It's up to him. It's his career.
All right, 2 other quick ones outside of tonight. Wanted to ask you about Saturday. Kyle Bahayo, what you thought of his performance? He got number 5 in the rankings, new top 5. What do you think of his performance and kind of where he stands?
Yeah, I mean, the card this weekend was awesome. The whole card was great. And yeah, it was I'm happy for him. Yeah, those opportunities, man, you take them and you know, that's what happens. Love it.
Last thing for me, there were some reports coming out today that WWE is talking about moving their performance center here to Las Vegas. Does that have anything to do with the Apex?
It's none of my business.
So you're not aware of it or anything? Well, you may be aware of it.
I know nothing about it. It's none of my business. Let the WWE talk about their business.
Dana, did you see anybody that you said you would project, hey, this guy's going to be a star, like tonight, that you saw Malcolm or anybody that really stood out that way to you?
Yeah, I thought Duffy looked good. That's the other thing you got to look at. Duffy was a 4-to-1 dog. He was a 4-to-1 dog in that fight. I thought Malcolm looked great. Yeah, I liked Andre. I liked his listen, Liam. How tough is Liam? I mean, this guy is an absolute dog. But Andre's shown some signs of a really high fight IQ. I loved how every time that Liam would put that leg forward, he would kick it every time he put it forward. Some of the combinations he threw, some of the counter punches he threw, he was fun to watch. He's only 26 years old. Give that guy a little more experience and get him into the UFC, see how he feels, see how he looks. Do I think this guy's going to be a big star? I have no idea. But my two guys tonight were Duffy and Malcolm. And obviously, I respect Daniel Cormier, and he thinks very highly of Nick. Nick just didn't show it tonight. But Nick's going to have the opportunity to go back, work on some things, and come back and change my mind.
If you're making your evaluation and you're looking at the fighters, do you kind of say, okay, how would he look against ex-UFC fighter? Like, do you project that far out, like, and try to imagine them?
No, I don't think about that at all. We don't even talk about that stuff until we get back into matchmaking.
And just last thing, and I mean, we talked about Finney last week over and over and over, but the one point you made about Torres Finney last week, you said that he didn't get any fights, and he was on SiriusXM, did an interview, and he said that he was on The Ultimate Fighter, and I just wanted to...
We were just talking about that. So what happened was, I guess, he got picked to do The Ultimate Fighter, and then they told him he couldn't fight for X amount of months, and then he ended up not getting picked. So I didn't know that till tonight. But yeah, he had a rough year.
Dan.
Yep.
I was just with Dricus Du Plessis, are you planning on keeping him on the sidelines and waiting for South Africa to kind of figure out, or are you going to try and fight him sooner than I guess South Africa?
Who are you talking about? Dricus?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'd like to fight him in South Africa.
And then Wayne Thong, she came. The performance of the Nights came out last week. She said that she didn't get a bonus. And then you said that you were out of town. You gave her $50K. I just wanted your thoughts on her debut.
Yeah. So I was out of town, and Sean, Mick, and Hunter were going over the bonuses, and they have their criteria on finishing Neil Magny. You know what I mean? And the rest of the bonuses that went out were absolutely the right choice and warranted. But when and they look at the girl that she beat was when a woman knocks another woman out like she knocked her out, I just felt she deserved $50,000, so I did it.
And I don't know if you know the story, but she beat Valentina Shevchenko in kickboxing, and there's like this rivalry. And I was just with her being, I think she's 31, is there a chance that maybe you push her? Not necessarily go the Alex Pereira route, but kind of maybe push her a little quick.
Well, if you look at what the kickboxers have done in this sport, it's actually phenomenal. It starts with like Izzy and Joanna and Alex, and coming in from this from one-dimensional sport and being able to do what they've done here is incredible. So yeah, I wouldn't think that she can't do it too.
I was just wondering if you saw your old pal Oscar De La Hoya's videos of him dancing.
Unfortunately, yes, I did see those. Yes, and a new one came out today. It's yeah. Wow.
It was for cancer awareness, apparently. It's for a good cause.
What's that?
His videos were to raise awareness about cancer. It's for a good cause.
He definitely did that. He raised some awareness.
I just wanted to ask, did you spend some of your days this week just tagging Jon Jones in random Instagram posts that have nothing to do with him?
No. Did I mention to you guys that Jon Jones is the greatest of all time? Did I mention that? Yes.
Everyone knows that it's him, Stipe, New York. So what's the delay in announcing it? Can we just officially announce it right now?
No, we still have fights in October that are coming up, and we're still working on the card. So it's not just about announcing a fight. It's about, we'll announce the card when the card is ready. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're targeting.
Dana, thank you for tonight. Two-part question.
Thank you.
On paper, the better card, name recognition, going up against #1 boxing guy. Can we expect that now for Mexican independence? And also, it's something that you probably have never been asked before, like going head-to-head, no problem against, Canelo in a couple of weeks. How crazy is that? How's the energy back there?
What do you mean? What's the question you're asking me?
That
We're going head-to-head with Canelo on Mexican
guy.
Independence Day.
And then also the standard that you guys continue setting with last year's Shevchenko, Grasso, and now leveling up with this in the Sphere. Is this going to be the standard to where we have International Fight Week, Madison, Square Garden, yada yada, and then Independence is like a standard?
Yeah, I mean, we go to MSG every year, and yeah, I'm gonna go Mexican Independence Day every year here for the rest of my career, at least, no matter what's going on.
And going up against Canelo, it's kind of insane that you guys are just going this hard in the paint against the #1 guy, who's probably the only pay-per-view star they have right now.
Well, I didn't determine to go up against him. We were already going. That was our date. We were going on that date, and then they announced they were going. Listen, I told you last week, but MGM's guaranteeing the gate for that fight. So, yeah, they're guaranteeing the gate. So, yeah, why would they not go on that date if MGM is going to put up all the money?
Thank you. Does it create any, I don't know what the right word would be, but like MGM Resorts, if they've got such an investment in Canelo and Mexican Independence Day, and you guys have got the deal with the T-Mobile Arena, does it?
We went there last year. That was our date last year. And then without even asking us or talking to us, they gave the date away.
Traditionally, it is a boxing.
That's why I'm at the Sphere. I couldn't do the Sphere because I'm under contract with MGM. But because they fucked us, they let us do it.